want to therefore encourage you to take this exercise very, very seriously. I'm sure you can only imagine how we felt as a party when, after we have won an election, there were no questions. In fact, it was the best election ever conducted in Bayelsa State. No violence. People voted, perhaps people will say for the first time. But we lost it because the deputy governor, according to the Supreme Court, had contradictions in his documents. And so we lost it. So the screening is not a formality. We expect you to be very, very meticulous in every material particular to protect our party. So that let it not be said that we didn't learn anything from Bayelsa. As you know, sometimes when things go wrong, as you must have seen, everybody says the AWC didn't do a thorough job. So even personalize. If the chairman was thorough, if he had done his job, this will not happen. But that is the price for leadership. But for me, the important lesson is, if we have made a mistake in the past, are we taking steps to correct it? And I think this is what this exercise represents. So we will give you a copy or copies of our party constitution, because that is the primary contract between members of APC. This constitution is the basis of our actions. So we'll make it available to you. We'll also make available to you the guidelines that have been developed for the purpose of conducting primaries and screening of primaries. So I trust that given the caliber of your persons and your exposure, that you will help the party to do a thorough job as to protect us as an institution from any possible judicial reversal of anything arising from this process. On behalf of myself and members of the NWC, I want to thank each and every one of you for obliging to assist us in this regard. It looks simple, but it's very complicated and extremely important job. And I think you should join me to clap for members who have accepted a short notice to assist us. It now remains for me to read out the names and then formally inaugurate. The first step is the screening. The screening committee includes the following: Professor Jonathan Ayuba. I think we should clap for him. He will serve as chairman of the screening committee. Professor Agbo Madaki will serve as a member of the screening committee. Honorable Ibrahim Zelani will serve as a prominent member of the screening committee. He knows why I regard him as prominent member. Every member is very prominent. But he has been an activist and he has run election on our party platform and is one of the founding members of our party. My own authentic, undiluted digital district senator, Aisha Binani, will also be a member of this screening committee. Then Dr. Jane Frances, you didn't put the surname. I think you assume that this Frances is Francis. It's Jane Frances, and another, the surname is not here. Agbo. So we stand corrected. And you may not sue us for writing your name incomplete. ABU?
Yes. No, that's what they wrote here.
AGBU. Kenina. Ikage mata kakaki. Narwanga. Dr. Rabi Nasir. Dr. Rabi Nasir will act as secretary of the screening committee. And Honorable Fort Dike is a member of the screening committee. So I want to thank you for accepting to assist our party in this particular regard. But like I said, the screening committee is like the High Court. Now, the Court of Appeal is the appeal committee. And the appeal committee will be chaired by Professor Sadiq Abba. I will have Binga Ulubanjo. See here? Okay. And Mala Mohammed Idris. Still here? Okay. Professor Abubakar Sani. Fari. F. Esther Bape. Bepel.
She's on her way.
And barrister, no barrister. It's Esquire.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Dr. Boala, I forgot the first name. Daniel Boala, sorry. Daniel Boala as secretary. So we made a mistake, and I hope you forgive me. Professor Abubakar Sani, Abubakar Fari is the chairman of the appeal committee. So that is just a mix-up. But chairman is first among equals, so it's not a big deal. Just that there's a little error from the secretary. So, like I said, the appeal committee is like the High Court. Sorry, the screening committee is like the High Court. The appeal committee is like the Court of Appeal. And then the Supreme Court is the NWC. Because whatever you bring, they are subject to acceptance or modification by the NWC. But that is only to the extent that we find impurities in the process. So I want to really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate each and every one of you who, at very short notice, has honored us by accepting to assist our party in this very, very important task. You have two options. The NWC room is where the screening committee will take place, and we'll use the same room for the appeal committee. The screening committee will have the first sitting, and when they finish, then the appeal committee can look at their work. But however, if in your judgment, after looking at the place, it does not provide for sufficient social distancing, then this hall can be used for that exercise.
All our reasons and all the summary of what our findings are. And I assure you, we're going to do our best and to be sure that the party present the rightful candidates in the election. I thank you all.
The chairman of the party and the APC for having found us worthy to be South administration's responsibility of ensuring that anybody who happens, and I know, Mr. Chairman, when I tell you that I'm going to do my level best, you will be convinced that I'm going to do so. So on that note, I would want to thank the chairman and the party once more. Thank you very much.